Marty, got a minute?
Yeah.
We're here with Marty Hart, ATV legend. I mean, I don't know if you get any bigger name than Marty Hart, Team Honda, multi-time champion, probably one of the best three-wheel racers, arguably you and Jimmy White of all time. And here you are sitting on a utility quad, getting ready to do what they're calling the Terracross. Well, how'd that happen? How'd you get here, and what is this thing you're going to be doing?
Well, thanks to Wes, he called me up and said they were going to do some, they had an event where they were going to do some bow shooting and riding through some swamps and some water and mud, and he knew that's where I live and dwell. That's where I dwell.
Deep in the swamps of Louisiana.
And I hunt and fish, and so it kind of was a natural in his little mind, and clicked, and he said, hey, you want to come do this? You need to be the guy in this thing. So he called, and Kawasaki was great enough to give us some bikes and let us get out here and play.
Can we put a 31 on this green quad, or can we?
I already mentioned it. I said, man, who's top? Marty on Team Green.
I know, this is too weird.
So, and I'm number 3. I'm TX3. I told him I wanted to put a 1 on the back of it, 31.
I don't see any rash or anything sitting on the screen.
Man,
it's weird.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any, I can't, I don't know what it's going to be like without Jimmy, because, my motivation ain't there,
Right. All right, well, hey, have you gotten to practice at all? I don't even know what this thing is.
We hadn't got to practice yet. Matter of fact, I only got 2 days on the bike. By the time they shipped it to me, and I got to ride it. But I tell you, I'm extremely happy with it. Things got plenty of power, and Wes picked a good bike for the low CG, and it's got super good handling on it too. So
cool.
Right now, we're stickering them up, making them look racy. They're stock, but they actually, with 700 cc's, this thing's all butt.
Yeah, that's a good quad. Hey, to get away from that for a minute, I noticed you over there watching some of the races and stuff. Do you get chills? Do you think back? Because this is a pretty incredible event. Wishing that you maybe go back in time and show these guys what's up?
Well, every time, if you're a competitor, you don't want to be sitting in the stands watching. So, and that's my type of track. Anything that gets rough and really, the tougher it gets, that's tough out there. That water and mud and sand and grit, and that shows who's got the true grit. That you can sure enough bow up and get after it. And that's to me shows who separates the men from the boys.
Right on. Hey, you've come and seen what ESPN's all about, and what's your prediction of what's going to happen next week? 150 million people are going to be introduced to ATV racing. As a guy that's been there from the beginning and has been through the highs and lows of our sport, what's the future now that this is going to happen in your mind?
Well, it's long overdue in my mind, because ATVs, and see, Donnie's built a track that makes ATVs look good on, and to me that's what the sport needed, is a guy who kind of understands ATVs and knows what makes them look good and what makes them don't look, they look like beach balls. And so to me, the bikes look really good. They're getting some air. They're flying. I mean, there's some good competition out there. You got a lot of the top riders here, and they're going to get the exposure they deserve. You know what I'm saying? There's a place for motocross and there's a place for ATV racing. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is going to bring on a whole nother level of the competition that ATVs are capable of, because they look good. It's someone put on a good show out there.
Well said. It's great to have you here along the sidelines to give us that feedback. I mean, it's to have that comment coming from you is huge. We've got there's not that many in-industry people here. I mean, there's a couple, there's 24 riders, but it's not a bunch of legends that are out here that can give insight like that. Has ESPN interviewed you at all?
I've done quite a few. As a matter of fact, I've done a lot of different, there's a lot of people, I mean, at least they kind of remember, that's a good thing, and I'm glad that Wes, kind of got me back into it, because I like to stay in touch with the sport, you know what I'm saying? I always, because I have ATVs, and I ride, and I hunt and fish, and that's what the great outdoors is all about.
It'd be cool if they could come up with some footage of you on the three-wheeler or something. That would be awesome.
I mean, we've been there from the start, and we learned, we kind of evolved with the sport, and so it came from, three-wheelers all the way from 110s all the way to where they are now. These bikes are super trick, and the guys are going fast, and I think that's what it's going to show on film. It's going to look good.
I know, I agree. Okay, well, we'll definitely talk again, and when this thing gets closer, you guys are going tomorrow. I'm going to talk to Wes for a minute next. Thanks.
Thank you.
We're over here with Wes, stickering up a quad. Got a minute, Wes Moore?
Yeah, sure.
All right. How'd this thing happen? Why? What is Terracross, and why did they ask you about it? I mean, you're not a utility rider. You're more of a experienced desert rider, and here you're like back in this utility team. I
think it all came about. Tess Sewell from MXI wanted to get first of all, ESPN wanted to increase their ratings, and Test was like, well, let's bring ATVs into this. And they wanted to have race quads, but also bring utility quads into it and really appeal to people that your average guy, that has a 4x4 quad, has it out on his ranch or farm and rides it every day. So they came up with a Terracross event for those guys that have a utility quad, that use them to hunt, fish around their farm, and it's something that they can kind of relate to. So they've laid out a course. It's going to have rocks. We pull a log. We shoot bow and arrow.
Okay.
We've got to put a 50-pound sack on the rack of our quad. So it's going to be like...
I can't help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's pretty wild.
I'd like to say maybe like a redneck obstacle course or something. So I've been out here. I've been trying to get as much sun on my neck as I can.
Right. Yeah. So have we. Yeah. I got farmer's tan. Yep. All right. Well, is there any big area you can huck? I know you're all about air. Are you gonna make them put a jump in or something?
I don't know. We'll see what the course looks like. Yeah, I told them, hell, I want you to put doubles in it, and I wanted like an hour-long race.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do a lap on that, and then go to the rocks or something too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happier if we ran this in instant auto or something, But
right on.
Eat tacos and race through the desert, and then try and catch a fish in the ocean or something, or better yet, surf, because these guys probably couldn't do that.
Yeah, you're all about surfing. Yeah, you'd win that one.
I'd if I had my choice for the things for this obstacle course, I'd probably make something different. But
right on.
No, I'm stoked to be a part of it. It's awesome that Marty came out and is doing the event.
Yeah, it is. I had chills over there talking to Marty Hart. That's pretty incredible.
I think this whole thing's awesome. Watching the four-wheel frenzy, just being a filmmaker and looking at what they're putting into this and what their production budget might be.
I know. I was going to ask you that. You've walked in on this thing, and I think you had a chance to walk in the pits and stuff. What's your favorite or most thing that you're most impressed with of all the things you've seen ESPN's done?
The thing I think is the coolest is, I don't even know what they call it, but the sky cam, I think, or whatever.
Pretty cool.
I mean, that's pretty bitchin'. The shots that you can get with that, the only other way I think you could do that would be with a helicopter. But
well, they had the blimp over here yesterday too.
Yeah, well, and their helmet cam setup.
Right.
Their helmet cam setup is ridiculous.
I was going to ask you, you think that's good? The helmet cam setup is ridiculous. As far as
it's ridiculous, I think. But
I mean, can't they? You know what to do and not to do. Can you get a good shot off of what you guys run versus that? Is there something different they've got? Did they have to have all that stuff on their back?
I think it's probably overkill. Right. If you were going live or something, but I don't know. I mean, I would have just put a little deck on their back.
That's what I thought. I gotta think. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like Gianatelli was slowed up a little by having that thing on last night. I don't know. Your opinion?
I mean, he was. I don't think it really affected him, but there was cables flying all over the place, and I mean, it didn't look like it was attached the best. But
well, you'll have that. If that's their only mistake, we're loving it. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see how they cut it, and I want to see what the ratings response is too.
Hell yeah.
And that's what's going to be key.
Absolutely.
To me, this is the most exciting thing going on at the Great Outdoor Games, and this is like the first opportunity that ATVs have had in a long time to be in front of a mainstream audience.
Right on.
And I mean, I have a real good feeling about it. I think it's going to take off, and this is something that will show corporate America, hey, ATVs are a viable sport. This is something a lot of people do. Right. And hopefully we'll start getting some involvement from big corporations and having the networks want to take part in ATV racing.
I agree. There's a lot of people at home that have a quad in their garage, and they can definitely relate to this. Maybe it'll be bigger than the bikes. Who knows? I don't know about that. But
they got a little head start on us.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I mean, someday, if we could be half as big as the bikes are right now as far as racing and the TV coverage and everything they get, I think everybody would be real happy.
Right. Well, hey, I'd like to say maybe thanks to you, this is all happening too. You've done some incredible things with your videos and led up to this kind of thing, and maybe sparked an interest. So it's cool that you've stuck with it all these years and done that. Hey, you're out here for a month, I understand. What's your plans for H-Bomb Films and video?
Just doing a little filming. Giant RV was nice enough to kick us down this fifth wheel.
Party on wheels, or what is this? What are you calling it? Does it have a name yet?
We haven't named it yet, but we won't go there.
Okay. All right, we'll go there later. We'll have to interview you later when we're more into that mood.
Yeah, we can show you some video clips.
Okay. All right, Tay, what's next? Are you going? What are you filming next?
We're just doing some East Coast filming. Just hooking up with some different guys, doing some shooting. Just this fall when Huevos 8 comes out, everyone can check it out and see what we came up with.
You're gonna keep going with that title, Huevos, until just run 8, 9,
right
10,
now,
11?
I mean, there's such a cult following with the Huevos movies
Why change
that
anything? Yeah.
People know the name. It's branded now, and I think we've been putting out a good product for a while.
Absolutely.
And we've got a lot of cool things up our sleeve for 8, so everybody make sure and check that out when it comes out.
You heard the man. Do that. All right, well, we'll talk to you later, and good luck in your little utility race. No, it's not very little, but good luck.
Okay.
See ya.